must be saved. All right. But then he brings in, this is from Paul in the book of Romans, and he brings in a dimension to this for us to understand God's judgments. And what this simply says is that there are people who would never have a chance to know about Jesus. And the Lord knew this already. And he gave them the opportunity with the dispensation of conscience. Now, how that plays out is up to God. This will now tell you why on the day of judgment, in Revelation chapter 20, he tells us the books were opened and the dead were judged according to those things written in the books. All right? Then another book was opened, which is the book of life. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Now, here is something very interesting. Why would you bring that book to check if their names are there, except if their names were there? That presupposes that everybody's name was there one time. Moses, in referring to the book of life, because, sometimes you hear some evangelists, when they preach, they tell people, give your life to Christ. When you receive salvation, your name will be written in the book of life, like God's going to write it today. But there's no place in the Bible that talks about him writing your name in the book of life. He only talks about the name being taken away. When Moses referred to the book, he says, the book which thou hast written, not which thou shalt write. He says, wipe my name. If you're not going to have mercy on these people, then wipe my name out of the book which you have written. So everybody's name was there at one time. But if you miss salvation, if you miss the way of God, then the name will be wiped out. Because that's what he talks about, the wiping out of someone's name. Somebody's name can be taken out. So that's the reason the book will be brought, that whosoever was not found written. Take, for example, let's look at, our sister just spoke to us. She came from Mexico. My name is most likely not in any document of citizenship in Mexico. Why would anybody be checking to find out if my name is there? If it was never there, no one's going to be checking. Except there was a possibility for my name to have been there. You get it? So God's judgments are great, like the Bible tells us, beyond our own comprehension. But for sure, you have to know that book has been written, and it's not just starting. Moses knew about it, and so these others, okay? David talked about it. So it's one book, the book of life. And it's called the book of life because everyone who ever was given life to come into this world has his name there. God's got everybody's record. Don't forget something Jesus said. I love it. He said, every strand of hair on your head is numbered. Now, that's not the same thing as being counted. He didn't say the hairs on your head are counted. No, he said they are numbered, which means each one has a code number. Each strand of hair on your head has a code number. And when anyone falls, it's on God's record. Now you can understand when they talk about DNA, God already knew everything about that.